everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Today we're here with some more JoJo Starstruck. Because I figured, what could be more perfect than dating JoJo on Valentine's Day? So, without further ado, let's load up, shall we? Back? Oh yeah, we just convinced JoJo to come to the beach with us. The beach. I take in a big breath. Gotta love that ocean air. A lot of students have already dispersed, but Jonathan raises his voice to be heard over their excited chatter and the crash of the waves. Don't go too deep in the water. Stay close enough to me. Close enough to see me. Other than that, be kind and have fun. There's some cheering and a couple of kids make a beeline to the ocean. I watch them with a smile before turning in a small circle, and squinting. Where is JoJo? We haven't talked since I asked him to come along. And he wasn't at the train station with the rest of the class this morning. I know I shouldn't have had my hopes up, but damned if I'm not a little disappointed. I sigh and continue hunting for Josuke. But decide against it. Consider hunting for Josuke. Decide against it. My mood has been dampened. I don't want to ruin his fun with my gloominess. Guess I'll just lay out in the sun and hope the UV rays bake my brain. Find a nice empty spot of sand and plop down. I guess I should have realized he wasn't coming this morning. Part of me was hoping that he'd taken an earlier train. Yeah, right. Like that would happen. Just because I had been counting down the days to the trip didn't mean JoJo felt the same way. I pick up a handful of sand and sift it through my fingers. Such an idiot. Hey. I turn my head at the voice. I'm a little peeved that someone is bothering my solemn lamenting. My tune changes immediately as I see who it is. Damn. JoJo. Looking good, dude. JoJo. I jump up and brush off my shorts. I thought you weren't coming. I already said I'd go, didn't I? Yeah, I guess you did. I just figured you slept in or forgot or something. JoJo shrugs and looks out to the water, seemingly done with the conversation. Nice. We both take a seat in the sand and enjoy the light breeze and the warm sun. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that JoJo actually showed up. And if Kakyoin wasn't bullshitting, it was because of me. I wonder what made me so special. I look covertly over at Jotaro, see that he's pulled something out of his jacket pocket. Flimsy, blue, and folded into a square. He finds the little plastic nozzle and wraps his lips around it before exhaling. The blue thing crinkles and expands a bit. A few more puffs, the thing is inflated. Jotaro caps the nozzle and turns it to me. I brought a friend. Oh my god. What's his name? I haven't really thought about it. Why don't you name him? Jotaro's spirits are unusually high today. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm thinking it's contagious. I tap the dolphin on the nose. I dub thee Juta the Second. That works. My god, he's blushing. Like some sort of emotional chameleon, my face heats up too. He looks towards the water and takes a deep breath. Today's a good day to be at the beach. Do you like the beach? I do. Something about the ocean makes me feel right. Like I'm where I belong. I open my mouth, but I find that I can't think of anything to say. I wasn't expecting such a thoughtful, sweet answer. Jotaro's definitely more than meets the eye. I think that's why I've been drawn to him since our first meeting. Jotaro sets Juta second down and breathes deeply again. Sorry I'm talking so much. I don't know what's gotten into me. Don't be sorry. I smile. I'm glad you told me. We share a long look before Jotaro takes off towards the water. Yep, he sure did. I watch his retreating back. My heart feels warm and full. Not sure if I'm supposed to follow him, so I decide to watch him from a distance. He plods into a shallow water, and the gentle waves lick at his hand calf. He searches around for a while, taking small steps with his head down studiously. What's he looking for? I smile to myself. Jotaro really does like the beach. I honestly figured he wouldn't be into it, considering the loud, obnoxious people, the unrelenting sun. I use my toes to play in the sand as I pass time and watch Jotaro. He picks up a wad of seaweed before tossing it to the side and continuing on. Really getting into his private little treasure hunt. A beach ball rolls over to me, and I pick it up. Dang, Joseph. Now that's a lot. Oi, over here, Azrael. I put the ball over my head and give it my best throw. The wing catches it. Joseph still has to run a distance to retrieve it. Can't say I didn't try. I look back to Jotaro. He's crouched down to look in the water. When it passes, I figure that he's found whatever he was looking for. I make my way over to him, but I stay on dry land just out of reach of the waves. He must feel my presence because he turns his head to look at me before turning back to whatever he's entranced with. I found a sea star. Oh? I crouched down too, for solidarity. I've only seen a few of them in my lifetime. I call them starfish though. Cock and balls. Hey Bogan. How the fuck are ya? I thought you'd be busy considering Valentine's Day and all. You're drinking. Nice. Same here. A lot of people call them that. They aren't really fish. They're echinoderms. Sea star is more accurate. You'll be busy soon, Bogan? Wow. I hope you have fun getting busy. I like the sound of Sea Star better too. It does have a prettier ring to it. I'll give him that. Jotaro goes back to quietly watching his spindly new friend. His face looks so soft right now. I feel honored that I get to see this side of him. I have a feeling that not many people do. I stand up, take a few steps to the water. It's a little chilly, but it's a lovely contrast to the beating sun. I crouch down again beside him and peer into the water. Below the wavering surface, starfish, a sea star, right next to a clump of swaying seaweed. Some 11 out of 10 tried to kiss you earlier and you had to turn her down. Oh man, you're living the life. Got women all over you on Valentine's Day, you got your own one, and others want you bad. Go Bogan! It's beautiful. Jotaro hums in agreement. Let's poke it. I'm glad you came today. I say it quietly. When Jotaro doesn't respond, I figure the sounds of the ocean carried away my voice. You had to punch a dude for her and that's why she wants you? Fair enough. Doing the right thing's always an attractive thing in the eyes of others. As long as you're having a good night, that's all that matters in the end. He was chasing her down the road with a metal bat. Fucking hell. What life are you living where that shit happens? Bruh. On what planet is that just a normal thing that happens? Like, fuck. It's wild up there. I'm glad you thought to invite me. Smile down into the water, but for some reason I feel a little sad. You reckon that happens everywhere? Especially Ballarat Central? Well, look, I've been living here for more than 10 years and it hasn't happened once. So, fuck, it doesn't happen everywhere. That's intense. People chasing someone else with a metal baseball bat down the street or whatever the fuck it was? Like, come on. That's not normal. I smile down into the water, but for some reason I feel a little sad. JoJo probably isn't used to being invited to go places. His personality can be a little rough. But when you bother to get to know him, he's a good person. I'm sure a lot of people don't bother though. I wish I could show those arseholes this JoJo. Someone content to watch a sea star with such a tender face. At the very least, I'm happy that I'm one of the few that has the privilege to see this side of him. People got shot at a nightclub a couple of years ago. Near me. Well, yeah, but that's a little different being shot at a nightclub. Like, you can put that down to just, you know, some wacko with a gun. And those people are rare. I guess it's about as rare as someone chasing someone with a baseball bat, but still, that's odd. Not an everyday thing. With a content sigh, JoJo stands. I'll be right back. I stay in the water when JoJo leaves, just watching the seaweed push and pull with the current. It's almost hypnotizing. Knives are a weapon of choice here in Ballarat. Yeah, I kind of remember that from living in that area. I ended up with quite a good knife collection. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have noticed the little sea star hiding amongst the deep green vegetation. I'm glad I got a chance to see it. I get up and wade out of the water, a little annoyed as dry sand clings to my feet. I have the intentions to find Jotaro, but he finds me first. He's returned with his dolphin, 2 popsicles. He hands one to me. I didn't know what flavor you like. Hope sea salt is okay. I've never tried it, but I'm so thrilled that he got me something that I don't care what it tastes like. He could have brought me back some charred stick and I'd cherish it. I take it and we both lick at the treat silently. It's interesting. The salt is definitely noticeable, but it's also very sweet. I decide that I really like it. JoJo grunts and makes a weird face when he's about halfway done with his treat. You okay? Brain freeze. His answer catches me off guard and I laugh. JoJo looks distraught though, so I collect myself. Press your tongue against the roof of your mouth. He looks skeptical, but he does it. It's gone. Nifty little trick a friend taught me. That's really useful. I nod and we both look out to the ocean and enjoy our treats. And the company of one another. Yo, Gamer Kyle. How's it going? Happy Valentine's Day and all. Hope you're having a good one. Alright, class. Start gathering your things. Can't believe it's already been 4 hours. The sun has started to dip in the sky. I know in another hour, it'll be dark. Time sure does fly when you're having fun. Do you have all of your things, Azrael? I nod and give him a smile. Had a lot of fun today. Yeah, I did too. It looks like he's about to say something else, so I stay quiet. Is it just me? Or does he seem a little nervous? We should hang out again sometime. Just the two of us. Holy smokes! Did he really just ask me to hang out? Just the two of us? Like, date? If that's what you want to call it. So, would you like to? Now that the initial shock has worn off, I'm quick with my answer. Yeah, absolutely. JoJo nods, obviously pleased with my answer. With a skip to my step, we follow our classmate off the beach. Classmates. Suck my nuts, Bogan! As I approach the building, I can already see JoJo's hulking frame standing outside. 15 minutes early. How long has he been here then? He spots me and makes his way over. I already got our tickets. The bot told you to do that, hey? I'm glad the bot works, but I'm pretty sure what it's advertising doesn't work at all. Because I'm brilliant at Twitch and streaming and everything. You didn't have to pay for mine. Not a big deal. I'll buy us lunch then. He shrugs. I have a feeling that when the time comes, he'll insist to pay for that too. It doesn't work at all. Oh my god, I've been struggling with the Twitch stickers like all week. Like non-stop. Just trying to get that shit to work. It worked once. On one stream. And that was it. So, I'll try again to get that fixed, but no fucking promises, alright? It's fucked. He shrugs. I have a feeling that when the time comes, he'll pay for that too. Yep, I read that again. Well, whatever. I don't mind being spoiled by JoJo. Oh, this is where we are. Yes, I'm having a tech problem. The bloody extension for Twitch stickers isn't working properly. I test it. It says it's all activated. It works in the testing section. And then, when I stream, no one can fucking use it. I've even gotten support. Followed all their instructions. It worked for a day. Now it's fucked again. So, what can I do? Little groups of people surrounding the glass, quietly oohing and ahhing as they watch the fish lazily zoom around. Sounds like a real Twitch thing. Yeah, I think the extension's just broke since they updated it. I'll try another one, probably. We approach the booth. The employee gives JoJo a chipper smile. Oh! That worked. Okay, so Gamer Kyle can use the stickers, but no one else can. Why can't you see it? I don't know. I don't know how to do that shit on a phone. Yeah, bro, I got no idea at all. So Gamer Kyle, if you know how to use stickers on a phone, fucking enlighten us, mate. Back again, Kujo-san. Jotaro nods. So, he's a regular here. I guess I'm not all that surprised. He holds his hand out without being asked. Do you mind? And the woman stamps it. He looks back at me and I step forward to give her my ticket. Jotaro had been blocking me from view, so the employee looks at me with shock. Oh, you brought someone with you this time. He nods again. Is this your first time here? Yeah, it is. And thanks, Gamer Kyle. I'd offer to give you a tour, but Kujo-san here probably knows the place better than any of us workers. He holds her stamp out, and I give her my hand. He presses it against my skin before giving us both a bright smile. You two have fun now, you hear? We both bow our heads politely and make our way into the aquarium. Pretty busy, even with Jotaro keeping his stride short. I have to struggle not to lose him amongst the crowd. A group of people cut in front of me. I move around them. I can see Jotaro's hat. He's a bit further up ahead now. Jotaro! We both wade through the people until we meet again. You okay? Yeah, it's just really crowded. Been busy like this since the birth of Miko. Miko? You'll get to meet her soon. Holy shit. He's smiling. Whoever this Miko is, he's obviously fond of her. Now I'm pretty excited too. Well, I look forward to meeting her. He's just past the bioluminescent exhibit. Meantime, he holds his hand out to me. What's he want? A high five? My confusion must be clear on my face because he holds it out more firmly. So we don't get split up. Oh. Oh. Holy moly, oh wow, dang goodness. Gosh. As if my body is trying to sabotage me, my hands suddenly feel cold and clammy. I wipe my hand on my thigh and take his. It's big and warm and swallows my hand easily. Is there anything you'd like to see first? As if I can think of something in this situation. Show me your favorite exhibits. Okay. Jotaro sure does know his stuff. When we started, I was reading the little plaques, but I quickly decided I didn't need to. Jotaro's information is more precise and in-depth, and it's a lot more interesting hearing him talk about these things anyway. The tour guide wasn't lying when she said Jotaro knew the place well. Sometimes when he's talking, squeeze my hand. Makes me feel like it makes it feel like my heart is a little bomb that keeps exploding against my ribs. First I had trouble paying attention to anything else other than his hand around mine. But as the day wears on, it starts to feel natural. I eventually get my voice back and point to a fish and ask him about it. He's able to provide me with various details and facts about them. And then we get to a huge room where the glass goes to the floor and all the way up the high ceiling. Everything is cast in a wavering blue, giving it a dreamlike quality. He releases my hand and goes to the glass. Gaze is pointed upwards, so I follow it. There, above him, the baby beluga whale. There she is, Miko. She's floating around lazily, her little flippers giving a non-committal flap every once in a while. It's obvious that she's still young, but even still, she's huge. Wow. We quietly watch as she moseys through the water. It's almost surreal seeing her move. Isn't she beautiful? Never heard a beluga whale called beautiful before. I always thought their heads looked like a doughy, half-risen biscuit, honestly. But Jotaro's awe has affected me. I totally understand what he means. He is. But I'm struck with another beauty, which to me is even more breathtaking than Miko. Hey Tiger, happy Valentine's Day. It's a beluga whale. I believe a baby beluga whale. Nope, my mistake. It's Jotaro! Silhouetted by the dim blue light that filters through the water, he stands almost nose to glass as he watches Miko. He's so full of love and respect and awe for the young little mammal. So different from the guy I had met only a few short months ago. He wasn't different, was he? This was the same Jotaro. It's just that now I understood him. Thanks, Tiger. I hope you're having a great Valentine's Day. I'm obviously here on a date with Jotaro, and I'm having a drink and a smoke, having a great old time. So I hope you're keeping entertained and having fun today. Now he had a hard time reaching out to other people and communicating. Now he was used to being judged for his looks. Now that's made him somewhat reclusive. Jotaro? No, Tiger, you missed out. He was, like, shirtless at the beach. So was Joseph. I tap him gently on the shoulders and he turns to me. What the fuck? Yeah. I'm glad you brought me here today. I'm glad I got to know you. Jotaro doesn't say anything. We just look at each other for a long time. Tiger, it's up to you whether you wanna watch the VOD or I can always load the save for you to see. Wait, what? Jotaro doesn't say anything. We just look at each other for a long time. And then kiss. We make our way back to the front of the building. I feel a little disoriented, like I've just woken up from a dream. Okie dokie, Tiger. You'll like what you see. That was a lot of fun. I had fun too. We stand in the lobby awkwardly, both knowing that it's time to go, not wanting to leave. Would you like to come back and visit Miko with me next week? Of course! He nods, pleased with my immediate answer. He leans in quickly and gives me a kiss on the cheek. Thanks, Tiger. I'm glad I'm doing a good job. I'll see you at school. I stand there and watch JoJo leave, holding my burning cheek. As shocked and happy as I am for the second kiss, I'm even more elated about what he has said. See you at school. I'm so proud of him. I'm so in love with him. Good end. Okay. We've now successfully romanced JoJo. And you know what that means. That means we've got another JoJo to romance. I didn't even intend to romance JoJo. So, you know, I'm not gonna complain though. That was pretty damn good. And look at that, we even got a Valentine's Day kiss. So, you know, my Valentine's Day is going pretty good. So, let's get back into it. As I walk up the slope, I'm trying not to drag my feet. Students wearing the same uniform are walking along the same incline, split into little groups and talking animatedly, even though it's early in the morning. Why the hell are they so happy? The school has one of the worst reputations in the whole city. I guess it takes a special kind of person to come to a school like this. The kind of person who doesn't care they're going to a school designed especially for delinquents. Oh, maybe I'm just grumpy. Mornings aren't my thing. I kick a rock along with me, going as far to veer on my path when I kick it too far out of the way. All these kids be damned. This rock will be my new friend. Not that I have the intention of not making friends at this new school, but starting a school year in the middle of the semester wasn't going to be easy. Everyone's already gotten into their little friend groups. They've already bonded. Got the symbiont for Valentine's Day? Just a game or something? Oh. Yo? uh... Okay. Real talk, real quick. Is there a not safe for work version of this game? But I'm asking for a friend, obviously. uh. Oh yo, it's on Steam as well. And it's on mobile. Uh. Good rating. I could probably get away with streaming that. And again, been thinking about streaming Darkness. Is that SFW is in a DLC. Oh, nice. We'll, we'll see what happens, eh? It may be on a short list for things I stream. Anyway, I mean, my friend will definitely like that game. I know that's totally their taste in things. You know? Like everyone's got a friend that loves that stuff. um Anyway, not much room for a new kid. Especially one who wasn't even a delinquent. I kicked the little rock too forcefully and it skitters far ahead of me. I watch in slow motion as it zooms towards the storm drain. Plop. I just killed my one and only friend. So, this is it, huh? I was expecting busted windows and weeds. Maybe a little bit of ominous lighting. But looks like any other school. The kids too. Sure, there's more than a few crazy hairstyles and most have taken generous liberations with the uniform. But they're not that bad. No, I can't get weak. Even if I'm lonely. Can't let my guard down. If I do, the next thing I know, I'll be in a gang committing petty crimes and arson. Gotta stay on my toes. Constant vigilance. Hey there. I jump and immediately take on a defensive stance. I've seen in old kung fu movies. The guy laughs and looks me up and down. Whoa there, pal. I ain't looking for trouble. He seems nice enough. I ease my fists down. So I guess I was right to assume you're the new kid, right? Mr. Jonathan told me you'd be coming today. Uh, is it that obvious? That's not a bad thing. You're just a fresh face is all. He leans in. And your uniform is pretty, ordinary? The teen laughs. Oh yeah. Almost everyone spices them up. I make a mental note to spice up my uniform as soon as I can. Maybe a couple of pins on the lapel or something. Oh, would that be thuggish enough? Mr. Jonathan asked me to give you a little tour. Oh yeah. I'm Josuke, by the way. What should I call you? My name is Azrael. Well, Azrael, let's get going, shall we? Josuke shows me around. Kids are milling around the hallways and filtering into classrooms, paying us a little mind. Everything actually looks pretty ordinary. Huh? Nothing. It's just this place might actually be a little nicer than the school I used to go to. Well, you know what they say. Don't judge a book by its asshole alert. God damn it, that got me again. Don't judge a book by its asshole, okay? Wait, what? Before I have the time to ask, Guy bounds up to us and wraps an arm around Josuke's neck. Like they're the best of buds. By Josuke's face, I can tell that's most likely not the case. Oi, Josuke-chan! Josuke sighs through his nose. Doesn't bother to hide his annoyance. Daddy? Sorry, Daddy? Oh god. I told you not to call me that. The guy pinches Josuke's cheek. I told you to call me senpai. This is what people call stalemate, Josuke-chan. Josuke huffs and shrugs the guy's arm up him. Shouldn't you be in class? Nah. Josuke scoffs. What do you mean, nah? Class isn't optional. It is when you have bigger fish to fry. Been quietly watching the exchange the whole time. But now the guy's eyes fall on me. Speaking of fish I'd like to fry. He holds his hand out to me. I'm Joseph Joestar. Did you just call me a fish? Joseph grins before giving me a lazy wink. Well, if you're a fish, then I'll be the water. What the hell is that even supposed to mean? Interpret it as you will. Wait, so are you the person frying the fish, or are you the water? Both. Josuke rolls his eyes and rests his hand on his cock tip. Stop harassing the new kid and just tell us what you want. Joseph straightens up and finally gets to the heart of the matter. Have you seen Caesar around? The bell rings, signaling that class is starting. The last few stragglers in the hallway disappear into different doors, leaving the three of us alone. Joseph doesn't seem perturbed in this. Perturbed? Perturbed? In the slightest. He was probably in class, you know? Like he's supposed to be. Like you're supposed to be. Joseph sticks out his tongue at Josuke playfully. Don't act like you don't cut class, Josu-chan. Me and the new kid aren't fooled in the slightest. Clear that Josuke is about to sputter some response. The Joseph guy gives him a hearty laugh and claps him on the back. I'm sorry, man. I'm only teasing you. Just make it so easy. What's Caesar look like? No, no, I'm going the exact same fucking route as I was last time. No. I can't do the same thing again. It's not interesting. Just end up with Jotaro. Cut Josuke some slack. Make me. That moment, I remember that I'm in a school for delinquents. Full of kids who have certainly earned their place on the roster. Am I about to get my ass kicked? I love you, Mom. Stop picking on Azrael. Not everyone knows how to handle your particular brand of humor, Joseph. Joseph laughs before giving me a friendly pat on the back that nearly knocks me off my feet. Sorry, new kid. I can come on pretty strong. Yeah, no kidding. He gives us a merry wave before heading down the hallway. He yells back to us. Tell Caesar I'm waiting at the fountain for him. And just like that, the guy has turned a corner and is out of sight. Well, that guy is certainly something. Right? This guy laughs. Why am I... No. He's fucking annoying. More annoyed with myself right now. Because I read the option. I think about it. I know I've already chosen it. But I fucking click the same thing anyway. It's not like I wanna romance Joseph or anything. I'm just too stupid. That's literally it. He's pretty overbearing at first, but he doesn't mean any harm. Joseph's a pretty cool guy once you get to know him. If you say so. Seemed like a pest to me, but I'm not gonna push the issue. At least he's gone now. Yo? The music? He sucks in a deep breath and lets his cheeks puff out before exhaling it. So, anyways, get back to that tour. This guy's really talkative, giving me people to watch out for, pointers on how to fit in, and other odds and ends of information. He's quick to laugh and has a certain charm that makes me feel at ease. Well, that's our humble little school. I guess it's time to get to class now. Uh, yeah, you're right. Everyone looks at us when we enter the room. As expected, the teacher, Mr. Jonathan, stops writing on the board and gives us both a sunny smile. There you are. I was starting to wonder if you two had gotten lost. He looks to me and smiles even brighter. Wow. He keeps this up. I'm gonna go blind. You must be Azrael. It's great to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Mr. Jonathan. Um, actually, that's a little unsettling. What a positive attitude. I appreciate that. Did Josuke give a good tour? I hope he wasn't too troublesome. We only did a handful of petty crimes, nothing federal. Rest assured. Jonathan shakes his head and Josuke laughs before heading towards his seat. Would you like to introduce yourself to the class, Azrael? I very much would like to not do it, but I know it's a rhetorical question. I turn to the class. So, Azrael. Okay, so far so good. I'm ready to get this year over with. Okay, the final statement. I got this. And, that's it, I guess. The class looks underwhelmed at my intro, but I guess it's to be expected. Josuke gives me a small thumbs up anyway. Thank you for that introduction, Azrael. Jonathan claps his hands together. Got a few seats available. Choose whichever one you want. Okay, Josuke's there. I remember back here was where we sat last time, which put us next to JoJo. I don't even... Oh, that'd put us next to Jonathan. He's the teacher. So, let's sit over here. Classroom is already mostly full, but God, the couple of window seats left still open. Make a beeline for one before anyone else can snag it. Nothing like having a constant distraction beside me for the very first day of class. Alright, settle down. I get comfortable as Mr. Jonathan calls roll and sets in for the lesson of the day. Every time I have to read something, my brain just fails. Need more practice at this shit. Maybe I should play some other visual novels that I like. The view out of the window is great. I can see some of the grounds and pretty much all of the courtyard with the fountain. It's all empty. Not really a surprise since everyone is in class. Uh, that's the guy from earlier. Even with the distance between us, I can spot him easily. After all, he's gotta be like 6'13" and built like a linebacker. He's huddling on the far side of the fountain. Okay. With some blonde guy who's almost as huge as he is. Whoa. uh, are they... No, they've got a turtle. And now I'm even more confused. Why do they have a turtle? Where do they get a turtle? A little distracted. I almost fall out of my seat as I realize everyone in class is looking at me. And also because I was leaned halfway out the window trying to see what those guys were doing. I'm fine. Definitely not distracted. Not cool. I hunker down in my seat. Like, that'll make it so nobody can see how embarrassed I am. It's a delinquent school. Why does it even matter if I'm paying attention? Mr. Jonathan is just giving me an exacerbated smile and going back to the lesson. Like he's a cool uncle instead of a teacher in charge of straightening out a bunch of goof-offs. Maybe I should at least try to stay focused? Yeah. I'll try. No offense to Mr. Jonathan. I've never been able to pay attention long enough to listen to a lecture. It's only about 5 minutes before my pencil is just scribbling in the margin of my notebook instead of taking notes. My brain tries to figure out how buff Mr. Jonathan is under his stuffy clothes. The verdict? Ripped. Enough to make those guys at the fountain look like pipsqueaks. What happened with them, anyways? I casually look over at the window to scan the courtyard, but they're gone. Huh. Guess they're done with their turtle business. I settle back into my seat and pick up my pencil again. Maybe I can at least make it seem like I'm a good student. Sorry I'm late. I was winning a bet. All heads turn in the direction of the classroom door. Standing there with the smuggest grin I've ever seen is Joseph. Nice to see that you've finally decided to join us. Sass from the teacher. Oh. He's got a patient smile on. What a big old teddy bear. Good to know we can get away with stuff. Of course. What else am I gonna do around here? Joseph laughs and saunters through the rows of occupied desks and chairs towards me. As he comes closer to me, I'm struck again by just how big he is. Wait, why is he coming over here? All of a sudden, I remember the empty seat behind me, and Joseph tosses himself onto it like he owns it. No need to stop just because I'm here. Go back to doing your teacher-like thing. Even though I can't see him, I can hear the goofy smile on his face. Mr. Jonathan looks like he's about to close. No, he's about this close to rolling his eyes so hard he falls over. But instead he just turns back to the chalkboard, goes back to the lesson. Turn around. Holding back on impulses is for chumps. I turn around in my seat, size Joseph up. Congrats on winning your bet. Joseph grins and gives me a thumbs up. Thanks. It was just for vending machine snacks. It's always fun to kick Caesar's butt at something. Ah. So the blonde guy was Caesar. I'd guessed as much. Now it's confirmed. What were you doing with the turtle? Oh. You saw that? We were racing them. They like water, right? So we brought them to the fountain after all, so they wouldn't shrivel up or anything. Huh. Didn't know that. Cool. Wait, pause for a sec. How dumb am I in this novel? But I didn't know that turtles liked water. Isn't that kinda like a common thing to know? It's a little bit obvious. Whatever. I'm not gonna argue. I'm an idiot. Let's continue. I never even really thought about it. I never even can't speak. I never even really thought twice about turtles before. But Joseph is smiling like a goof. Contagious enough that my face hurts. Turn back around before Mr. Jonathan can catch me not keeping up the good student facade. I even start to take notes again. But then there's a thump on the back of my chair, and I straighten up. I can feel something digging into my back. The person sitting next to me looks over with sympathy in their eyes. I turn my head just enough to see Joseph's feet up on the back of my chair. Soles of his shoes right in my face. What the fuck, man? It's only my first day. Then again, could I really have expected anything else from a school for delinquents? I'm just gonna tie his shoelaces together. I wait until Mr. Jonathan is turned toward the board, then turn around enough to look Joseph straight in the eye and pull one of his shoelaces undone. He blinks at me, then a grin spreads across his face as he just watches me pull the other one loose. By the time I'm done tying them together, the worst knot I can think of, he's trying to stifle laughs behind his hand. I toss him a chef's kiss and turn back to my notebook, grinning like an idiot. My seat shakes a lot as he tries to undo the knot. But after a minute his shoelaces are back on the floor so we can struggle with it some more. His shoes are back on the floor, not just the laces. He's still snickering to himself, so I pat myself on the back. On a job well done. Takes at least 10 years. Bell finally rings and everyone starts piling out of the classroom. I just stay in my seat. No point in trying to fight through that mess. Make sure you do the reading tonight. Nobody really listens to him. But he seems kinda like he expected that. It doesn't look too put out. The blonde guy from the fountain, Caesar, appears in the doorway just as the crowd of people escaping from the classroom starts to thin out. Taking your time, JoJo. He turns to me instead of waiting for Joseph to answer. Gives me kind of amused, pitying look. I'm so sorry you have to sit next to this idiot. Hey! Just ignore him if he gives you any trouble. He's harmless. But Trouble's my middle name. I glance over at Joseph. But he's got a grin on his face like Caesar, talking trash on him right in front of him. I turn back to Caesar with a matching grin. Trouble's my middle name. Ha! Caesar rolls his eyes like he's going for a record. Good lord. There's two of you. Joseph punches Caesar in the shoulder, looking like he wants something. Caesar shoves him off and they basically slap fight their way toward the door together. Are they friends or enemies? You're just jealous because I get to sit next to someone cute. Oh. I hurry up and focus on packing my stuff up. I hope they're too busy bickering with each other to notice how red my face is getting. Joseph isn't in the class the next day, which, whatever. Delinquent school. Well, there you have it, folks. I'm cute, and it's been confirmed by Joseph Joestar, which is obviously the most trustworthy authority on who is and isn't cute. So I'm rather happy. Definitely ultra pug. But when it gets all the way down to Friday, Joseph still hasn't shown up. I start to worry a little bit. Just a little. You know? The normal amount. No big deal. I actually managed to get to school a little early for once. Still a bunch of people hanging out all over the courtyard. Oh hey, that blonde guy that was with Joseph. Caesar? That was his name, right? Hey, Caesar! I wave to get his attention. He breaks off from his group to come over. I haven't seen Joseph in a couple of days. Is he okay? Caesar sighs. Fine, just cutting class. Seems a lot chiller now than he was around Joseph. Oh. Okay. I, guess I'll get to class then. You're in Jonathan's first, right? I'll walk with you. He falls into step with me. And boy, is it a lot easier to push through the crowds with a big dude to clear the path for me. Caesar hasn't said anything. I feel so compelled to break the silence between us. Does Joseph cut class a lot? So, how often does Joseph actually come to class? A couple of days a week, if he feels like it. He's lucky he's smarter than he looks, or else he probably wouldn't graduate on time. He's smiling like it's a compliment instead of a burn. I grin too. People like that suck. I have to study my butt off and I barely scrape by. Caesar laughs. I know. So unfair. He is a good person though, when he's not causing trouble. Definitely no heart of gold, but it's in the right place at least. Whoa, I can scroll back? Well, that's cool. And a total accident. He looks so fond. Guess there's more to both of them than I thought. We're outside of the classroom now. He opens the door for me. I'll hunt him down this weekend. Let me know if you need me to punch him for anything. Cute that he thinks I wouldn't punch someone for myself. I throw him a thumbs up anyway. You got it. The rest of the day takes literally forever pass. Maybe if school wasn't so boring, I wouldn't have ended up stuck in this cram school. At least Mr. Jonathan tries to make things interesting. It's more than I can say for any of my other teachers, past or present. Sweet, sweet freedom after the bell rings. Final bell. I hustle out before anyone can do something stupid like ask me to stay after for anything. It's a beautiful day out. Breezy and not a cloud in the sky. I have a ton of homework. So I cut through the park I spotted on my way home. The other day on my way home. Can I read? There's all sort of students. And mums with their kids. And joggers as well. Hanging out in the park. Hanging out in the open area. But there's a path that goes off into trees that looks like it probably leads in the right direction home. The pathway is still all sunny. But there's a lot of trees on either side of it that make it all dark and cool over the shrubs and things planted off the path. Even one of those big gates. Big gate things over the path up ahead. Looking all formal. It's pretty cool. I'm totally turned around by this point and have no idea if I'm going in the right direction. Oh, hey, is that... Joseph's crouched over at the next bend of the path, checking something out under the bushes. Am I gonna sneak up on him? Oh man, this is gonna be good. I tiptoe as carefully as I can across the gravel toward him. When I'm just a few feet away, I see there's a little black and white dog under the bushes in front of him. It's looking right at me. I put a finger to my lips, like it's gonna understand not to give me away. And holy crap, actually puts its little snub nose in the air and looks away. And Joseph still hasn't got a clue. Score! I slap both hands down on Joseph's shoulders. Gotcha! Joseph screams higher than I can get and flings himself away. His huge arm clips me and knocks me sprawling on the gravel. I'm laughing my ass off so hard I don't even care. He scared the crap out of me. Gotcha good. Got dirt in his hair. He's grinning like an idiot. And oh no, he's cute. This is unfair. Yeah, he did. He pushes himself to his feet and offers a hand down to me. When I take it, he pulls me to my feet like I don't weigh a thing. Wow. Okay, pull your jets. Get a grip. So, what are you doing out here anyway? Smooth as silk. Oh, here. Check this little guy out. He gestures at the dog. He proceeds to give him the most intense stink eye I've ever seen. It's actually pretty impressive. I'm trying to get him to come out, but he's being a big baby about it. The stink eye intensifies. Let's offer the dog a snack. Hang on. Maybe I've got something. I swing my backpack up and rifle through it. Aha! I pull out a half-empty pack of beef jerky. I crouch down and hold out a piece to the dog. Here, it's for you. You hungry? The dog glares at me while he sniffs at it. Then he snaps it out of my hand so fast I barely see him move. Dang, he's going to town on that. Poor little guy must be really hungry. Joseph snickers. Oh, just really likes beef jerky. I go to grab another piece for him, but Joseph's holding the pack. Well, what the hell? How'd he get it out of my hand without me noticing? Got a piece sticking out of his own mouth, and I snort and push him off balance so I can grab the bag back. Dog's ears are all perked up as he waits for another piece. This time when he takes it, he lets me scritch behind his ears as he pins it under his paws and tears it up. Good boy. It suddenly occurs to me that I'm not actually sure if this is a boy dog. Then he rolls over onto his back for belly scratches and yep. He's a boy dog. Dog balls. Gross. Joseph snickers to me. And yeah, okay, it's pretty funny. He reaches out to pet the dog too, but before he even touches it, the dog twists around and bites him. Ah! Yanks his hand back and the dog lets go, snapping up the last of the beef jerky before it runs off into the woods. Are you okay? What a little arsehole! He's cradling his hand, so I can't see too well, but I think he might be bleeding. Hang on, I might have something. I rifle through my bag and come up with my work bandana. Good thing yesterday was laundry day. I get him to show me his hand and yeah, he's bleeding a little. Man, that looks like it hurts. I try to be gentle as I wrap the bandana around his hand. Dang, hands are so big. It's actually kinda tricky to tie. Is there anything you don't have in that bag? I suddenly realize I'm holding his hand in both of mine. I can feel my face heat up. Maybe if I don't look at him, he won't notice how bad I'm probably blushing? So, think you can kiss it better? He actually sounds a little shy. Oh, wow. Holy wow. I can't even get myself to say anything. I'm still holding his hand. Smooth. Real smooth. I lean down and drop a quick kiss on his pinky knuckle. And, yeah, the only one out of the bandana. Any better? Idiot. Haha. Yeah, definitely. Go. Well, just don't tell anyone about my magic healing powers. He's definitely holding my hand now. Holy smokes. No problem. Your secret's safe with me. Can I be your sidekick if your nemesis shows up? I finally managed to look at him. And he's grinning he's grinning all huge and adorable. I'm so done for. It'd be illegal to be that cute. I give him my best grin back. I don't know. It's a lot of responsibility. Come on, give me a chance. He stands up and pulls me to my feet, easy as nothing. How about you tell me your backstory while I walk you home? So I know what I'm up against. Okay. But if we get ambushed by evil ninjas, you'd better hold your own. He gives me a thumbs up with his good hand. I won't let you down. I'm doomed in the best way. Alrighty. You're gonna have to give me one moment, because I need another drink. Because surely more alcohol will improve my reading abilities. So, I'll be back in 1 minute. Alrighty. I've returned. And I've got a fresh drink. So one moment and we'll get right back into it. Alrighty. Much better. Okay. I should really get out of bed before I fall asleep again. Instead of feeling the normal bored annoyance I always have, as I stretch and stumble my way into my uniform, I'm actually pretty excited today. Over the last few weeks, I've figured out there's a 50-50 shot Joseph will show up to class on any given day. According to Caesar, those odds used to be a lot lower. Also according to Caesar, the odds changed once I started coming to school. Even if Joseph doesn't show up, Caesar and I usually have a cool time hanging out. After school, we can usually track Joseph down so the three of us can chill together. Still hope Joseph shows up today. Class is way more fun with someone to goof off with. Dang. Kinda late. Well, late for being early. There's still time before the bell. I like getting at least a few minutes early so I can talk trash with Caesar and get ready for the day. There's still a few people hanging around the courtyard, but mostly everyone's already inside. I'd better hurry. Mr. Jonathan isn't here yet, so most of the other students are just standing around talking. Oh, hell yeah! Joseph's here! Catch his eye and we grin at each other as I saunter over and toss myself onto my seat. You're here early. Oh, am I? I hadn't noticed. He's acting a little different. Not a big thing, but he's definitely plotting something. We all know you never get here before Mr. Jonathan is at least 20 minutes into a lecture. Joseph puts a hand to his chest like I've wounded him. Now you listen here, Azrael. I'm an excellent student and I will not have you slandering my good name like this. You're up to something. Am not. R2. He grins. Okay. Maybe a little. I knew it. I lean in over his desk, conspiratorially. So, are you gonna let me in on the plan? I'd prefer to use the element of surprise. This isn't a prank on me, right? It's not. He traces a cross over his heart. The grin hasn't left his face. Promise. Before I can pry any more, Mr. Jonathan comes into the room. Good morning, class. Dang. Well, I'm sure I'll find out pretty soon anyways. Mr. Jonathan starts in on his usual morning stuff. The guy tries. There's only so much he can do to make an 8 AM cram class interesting. Even with the anticipation for Joseph's mysterious prank, I can already feel myself zoning out. What? That was the last thing I was expecting. The class is deathly silent. Mr. Jonathan clears his throat. So, on to the next order of business. This time the whole class bursts into laughs. Who's responsible for this? Josuke bolts up straight in his chair. It's not me! I didn't say it was you. I'm just clearing my name, here and now. Another quack comes out of nowhere. Where is that coming from? Jonathan looks pretty flustered. Everyone around tries to find the perpetrator. I, of course, already know the culprit. Our eyes meet, and Joseph drops me a wink. Let's see how this plays out. I'm not gonna write him out. This is funny as fuck. Yo, anyone else notice that Iggy been there the whole time? I only just spotted him. Let's see how it plays out. I tried to hide my grin, glance back at Joseph. He laughs but skillfully disguises it as a cough. I look back at Mr. Jonathan. He's clearly trying hard not to laugh himself. Alright, that was a good joke, but we need to get back to the matter at hand. Mr. Jonathan stops trying to talk, looks straight at Joseph. Oh crap. He figured it out. Well, I guess it's not hard if you know Joseph. Or, even halfway paid attention to Joseph and I giggling and shooting each other meaningful glances all the time. We really have to work on our poker faces. A few silent seconds pass. Mr. Jonathan looks back at the rest of the class. I'm glad that Joseph had the common sense to stop with the quacks while we were still ahead. In any case, before I was interrupted, I was trying to tell you all about the class trip. Class trip? The class erupts into excited chatter, and Mr. Jonathan looks all happy. Alright, settle down, settle down. He waits for the class to regain some composure before continuing. This year, we'll be taking a trip to the beach. More cheers. This is awesome. I look over at Joseph. I can see the gears in his head turning. He's probably already imagining the shenanigans he can get up to at the beach. The class eventually settles down into the daily grind of learning stuff. Even with our noses in our textbooks, everyone is clearly busy thinking about the upcoming trip. Ah, the end of the day. I'm really looking forward to some leftover spaghetti and trashy television. Hey, Azrael, you heading home already? Nah, we'll have to fight crime. Unless you got a better offer. As a matter of fact, I do. Oh? He points at himself. Me. He points at me. You. Big, mouth-watering burgers with a side of greasy fries. That's certainly tempting. Only tempting. He lets out a huge sigh. I guess I'll have to pull out the big gun. He pauses dramatically. And a milkshake. Sold to the gentleman in the half shirt. Not a half shirt. A 3/4 shirt at least. We both laugh. But anyways, I'm starving. Let's hit the road. Yeah, let's blow this popsicle stand. Hell yeah! This is a pretty sweet ride. Joseph runs his hands over the dashboard before lovingly bopping his Hawaiian girl bauble, setting her hula ring. My pride and joy. My home away from home. He pulls his stick shift and eases onto the road. He is actually a really careful driver, never going over the speed limit, using his mirrors and turn signals and stuff, like you're supposed to. With his personality, I kinda figured he'd be a maniac behind the wheel. Nice car, bro. You really love your car, huh? Saying it's your home away from home is quite a statement. Well, big hulking mass of metal that listens to me. A tap of my toe and a bend of my wrist, and I can go anywhere I want to. And when I say wherever, I mean wherever. Lets me go places I've never been. If I really wanted to, I could leave behind the life I have and just go. Wow. Never thought of it like that. Kinda romantic in a way. Joseph grins. What can I say? I'm kind of a romantic sap sometimes. I look out the window. How often does Joseph fantasize about leaving everything behind? I guess everyone has thoughts like that, but hearing Joseph say it makes me feel kinda sad. He seems like he has a good life, so what would make him want to leave it? Oh, I've seen this place. I've never been into it. It's kinda tacky. Not quite in the good way. But I've heard the food is really good. Time to get our burger on. Let's eat until our arteries beg us to stop. I like the cut of your jib. I'll run in and get our food. Today's too nice to be sitting inside, don't you think? Sounds good to me. What would you like? I'll have whatever you're having. Awesome. I'll be right back. I take a tentative seat on the hood of Joseph's car as he disappears into the building. Really is a nice day. Made a good call to keep things outdoors. I tilt my head up to the sun, nearly feel like dozing off. I have returned. He's brandishing a brown paper sack that's already getting dark with grease at the bottom and 2 styrofoam cups. For a second I'm afraid he'll get mad at me for being on top of his precious car. But instead he hops on the hood right next to me. Looks like we're having the standard fast food meal of burgers, fries, and milkshakes, as promised. A ground beef patty seasoned with a blend of salt and pepper, topped with iceberg lettuce, freshly picked from the head and thinly sliced. Locally grown Roma tomato, all on a sesame seed bun. He pulls out each item as he describes them. Bon appetit. I laugh. You're a true gourmet. Only the finest of foods can saté my palate. Sate? He winks and unwraps his burger, then takes a huge bite. The acidity of the tomato pairs perfectly with the saltiness of the beef. A true venture into the realm of balanced flavor. I laugh and try out the fries. They're really good. I know you're being a goof, but it almost sounds like you know what you're talking about. I take a sip of my milkshake. Vanilla. Think you'll go to culinary school when you graduate? Nah. I like food, but focusing my whole life on it doesn't sound like a good time. He takes another bite of his burger. He looks thoughtful, and maybe a little sad. I can tell he's got more to say, so I keep myself busy with my burger. Wow, this is really tasty. Joseph takes a sip of his milkshake and sighs. Graduation really is right around the corner, isn't it? I nod. Joseph fiddles with his straw. Caesar's going to Italy on a scholarship. Guy's got his whole life planned out. Even I can tell that bothers him. I swallow my bite. What are your plans after high school? You know what you want to do with your life? Joseph grins hugely, all bright and carefree. Nope, not in the slightest. It almost looks kinda sad though. What about you? Ditto. I smile too, even though I'm not really feeling it either. We gather up our trash and put it in a bag. Thanks for the meal, man. Don't mention it. We throw away our trash and hop off the hood of the car. The air is starting to cool down as the sun touches the tops of the nearby trees. It's gonna get dark soon. Yeah. I know that's the polite way of saying time to wrap up our little hangout. Are you ready to head home? I shrug. Starting to get late. It is a school night, but I haven't done any of my homework yet. Uh, but I kinda really don't want the night to end yet. Well, if you don't want to head out yet, I have a place I'd really like to take you. And right now's the perfect time to go. Obviously, we're going. I smile a little. Alright, I'll buy it. Joseph grins so huge it makes my heart skip a beat. Awesome. He opens the passenger door for me. In that case, let's get rolling. He puts on some music and it mingles with the sound of the car engine. The red sunset makes it easy for my mind to wander. Joseph talking about the future really makes me think about my own. What do I want to do with my life? Who do I want to be? These are really big questions. I don't have any idea what the answers are. Think I will anytime soon either. Graduation, it really is coming. At some point the sun went the rest of the way down behind the trees. Joseph's headlights are on, throwing two pale circles on the asphalt, zooming ahead of us, zooming under us. We've been going uphill for a while now. Not really enough to make it, not really enough to feel much different, but I hold my nose and my ears pop just in case. Almost there. I side-eye him with a little grin. You're not taking to me to s- eh, You're not taking me to some creepy cabin in the middle of the woods, are you? 'Cause I've seen all the horror movies, and you won't get me that easy. Joseph snickers. Maybe, maybe not. I laugh. He really won't let me know anything about this place, will he? We veer off the main road onto a dusty dirt path. I would have missed it if I'd been the one driving. Branches brush across the car as we go along the bumpy trail, barely wide enough for his car, and we're still going up. The path ends in a grassy clearing on a hilltop. Here we are. I didn't know what I'd been expecting, but this. I'm speechless. It makes sense why I wanted to go around Earth. We can see the whole city spread out across the horizon, sparkling with lights. Almost like the night sky is reflected below us. Wow. Really something, isn't it? When I glance over at him, he stares out over the city. Seeing all those people down there, each light a different home, a different life, kinda makes you feel small in the grand scheme of things. He comes around the car and wraps my hand up in his. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Come on. I follow him up to the very top of the hill. I feel dizzy and weightless. It's totally just because we're so high up. That's all. Joseph takes a huge breath, enough to puff his chest out. Ah! My eyes go wide as he yells at the top of his lungs. What are you doing? Relieving stress. Try it. Scream. Let that frustration out. Sounds like bullshit, but I'll believe it. Ah! 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 Dang. This does feel good. I'm not ready to graduate. I'm tired of people thinking they know everything. He's saying the things that are eating at him? Huh? I guess I'll give it a try. I will complain about capitalism. What the fuck is this answer? I hate being broke all the time, no matter how hard I work. That's it. Let it all out. I'm terrified of the future. I'm tired of being alone. Ah! Ah! We both scream into the night. I feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulders. Getting to say these things out loud feels so good, so cleansing. Our screams trail off into laughs. Ah, I feel better. Me too. We look out over the city. So quiet over here. Peaceful. I feel like I could live up here, out of reach of all my problems. Joseph sighs. When I'm up here, feels like everything else in my life is so insignificant. But it's not a bad feeling. Yeah, I get that. We're both silent for a long time. I guess we should probably start heading back. I know he's right, but it still makes me feel sad. Yeah. I pat around the car door until I can find the crank to roll the window down. How old-fashioned. With the window down, the car is filled with cool, rushing night air. Stick my hand out and hold it against the wind for a minute, and then I tilt it to sail through the flow. My hair is whipping around my head. I feel so alive. I don't remember ever feeling this good. Today is the day of the trip. School trip. I'm so excited. I even need my alarm clock this morning. I'm already up and raring to go practically before the sun is up. Which is good, because my alarm finally quit the other day after all the abuse I put it through. I slam dunked that sucker into the garbage. Whatever. I'll get a new one. It's beach time. I meet up with the rest of the class at school. We all pile onto a bus to go the rest of the way. Even with the abundance of meatheads in the class, Joseph and Caesar have managed to stake out some seats next to each other, so the three of us get to sit together. Caesar spends the entire ride pretending he wants to stop Joseph and I sneaking pencils and paper clips into Josuke's pompadour. But he doesn't rat on us once, so we've got his number. Finally, the air coming in the open window, stops smelling like pavement, starts smelling like sweet, sweet ocean breeze. Out the window, it's clear skies, blue waves, and soft sand as far as the eye can see. It's a beautiful day, warm and sunny. Perfect for swimming and sunbathing. I can't wait to make the most of it. Mr. Jonathan stands up as the bus slows to a stop. Alright everyone, settle down. He knows he's got about 12 seconds of our attention before we all vibrate right out of our seats, so he gets right to it. Have fun, don't get in too much trouble, be respectful to everyone on the beach. We all pour off the bus. By the time we've whooped our way out of the parking lot and onto the sand, Joseph has already gotten his shirt off and is halfway out of his pants, leaving his clothes in a trail behind him. Caesar is face palming. And wow, I can see why. Now that's a view. Damn, Joseph. Joseph was wearing his swimsuit under his clothes, and it does not leave a lot to the imagination. Tiger, if you're still around, hope you enjoy the view, buddy. Wink wink, nudge nudge. That swimsuit is an embarrassment, JoJo. You're just jealous I look amazing and you know it. And I know it. As they start fighting again, I make my way over to the changing tents to get into my swimsuit with a little more privacy. When I come out again, Caesar is nowhere to be found, and Joseph is waiting innocently under an oversized beach umbrella. Wow. That's a lot of muscle just all out there. These are buzzed off. Said he wouldn't be seen with me in this orange travesty. So it's just you and me. I will compliment the orange travesty. Joseph, look at me. I'm being dead serious right now. That swimsuit is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. His grin falters. And I love it. Where did you even find it? It's amazing, and I gotta get one like it. He laughs and snaps the waistband of it. I found it in a store last time my family went to Europe. Brand is actually Italian. I'm never gonna let Caesar live that down. Where'd you get yours? I really like it. Whoa. Out of nowhere. No way can I tell him I got it off the discount rack. Hey, look! A subject change! He actually turns when I point. Crap. Now I gotta think of something to be pointing at. The snack bar. Wanna grab something to eat? I could go for an in-depth review of chili cheese fries by our local gourmet. Joseph laughs. We'll have to see how they compare to the exquisite post-freezer burn fries out of the diner downtown. We got all the way into line. Outside the little tiki hut styled snack bar, where I realized I don't have my wallet. Crap! I left my wallet in my bag. No problem, I can... He stops and laughs, a little self-consciously, and looks down at his swimsuit. I, don't have mine either. The next few seconds are the longest and most awkward of my entire life. Wanna swim instead? Oh my god, yes. Racia! I bolt off towards the ocean before Joseph can do more than laugh. My feet pound on the hot sand, and I haven't even made it halfway to the surf before Joseph has caught up, laughing huge, and then grabbing me around the middle to throw me over his shoulder. Holy crap! I bounce and flail on his shoulder as he runs, but he holds on tight, and he's running straight into the waves. He makes it a dozen feet before he trips, and I shriek and send as he sends the both of us head over heels into water. Everything tumbles as the wave crashes over us, but he pulls me up above the surface with him a second later. And it's impossible to be mad because I started this. He's so stupid cute when he's soaked and laughing. You okay? He pulls me the rest of the way to my feet. Water is only up to my waist and clear enough that I can see my toes wiggle in the sand at the bottom. Oh, Piggy's accounted for. He laughs. Go. Wanna swim for a bit? Sure, but only if you promise not to try to drown me again. Ah, don't be mean. I'll be your own personal life preserver. He flops onto his back in the water, and I laugh and make a face when he splashes me. I plop down next to him and we just float, kicking every once in a while to keep from being washed in shore, but mostly just letting the waves roll under us and enjoying the sun. Everyone's yelling and having fun on the beach. It's all muted out here under the rushing of water, the cawing of the gulls circling and swooping around further out. Really nice. Something touches my hand and I look over. And it's Joseph's hand, just kind of curling 2 fingers into mine. He's looking up at the sky like he's trying really hard to pretend it's by accident. I knit our fingers together and he doesn't even look over. But I see the goofy grin that spreads across his face. I know I've got one on my face too. So I look up at the sky and squeeze his hand a little, so we can't drift apart. What an awesome day. Today is graduation. Holy crap, today is graduation! It's not a big deal. I already passed all my classes. Mr. Jonathan is a lifesaver, seriously. So it's just the ceremony. But my heart is still going a mile a minute as soon as I open my eyes. The morning is a rush. School administration is having a day too. Because a bunch of cars went missing and the hall they usually use for graduation is apparently overrun with drugs. So we're all out in the courtyard instead. A million folding chairs set out and a podium dragged out of somewhere for the principal to drone on at. It's a beautiful day. Warm and with just enough clouds in the sky to keep us from getting too hot. The sun, as I wait for my name to be called. Dio? Azrael! Oh gosh, that's me. I make my way up to the podium, only a little nervous. Excited. I'm excited. That's totally why I've got the jitters. Definitely not because of anything else. I snag my diploma. I only fumble it a little as I shake the principal's hand. Take half a second to look out over the crowd. Wow. That's a lot of people. And where's Joseph? Caesar is way in the back and gives me a thumbs up. I blast him a grin back. He must be in on whatever Joseph is up to. So if he isn't worried, I'm not worried. Joseph still isn't shown by the time they call the last of the class. And poor Zappelli Caesar, eh? All the way at the end. When the principal gives his closing remarks, everybody hoots and hollers and starts to mingle. Azrael! Joseph is pushing his way through the crowd towards me. My heart starts going crazy. Joseph, where were you? Come on, what kind of delinquent would I be if I showed up to this snooze fest? I want to be mad, so I was worried, dang it. But he's grinning huge and cute. Just can't manage it. It was you with the frogs, wasn't it? Oh man, I wish. It was brilliant. Nah. It was some new kid. I guess it's time to hand off the prankster torch to the next generation. Yeah. We can't stick around here forever. He's got his diploma in hand. Wonder if he stole it from the stack when no one was looking, just to liven up just to live up to his reputation. The crowd around us is starting to thin out as people split off to go anywhere that isn't the school. And now that we're finally free, hey, so we both break up and laugh. You go first. He looks all nervous. So, I still have no idea what I want to do after this. But when I'm with you, it always feels like I'm right where I need to be. Like everything is gonna turn out alright. Even if it doesn't seem like it just then. He takes a breath. So I guess I was wondering if you wanted to go out sometime. Like, a lot. I can't help it. I burst out laughing. You dork. Of course I want to. We've basically been dating for months. He's grinning like a fool. No man, he's so cute. I'm just gonna die. Just straight up expire. Today is awesome. So I guess that means we're about due for our first kiss. Oh wow. He's still grinning, but he looks serious. Be cool. What? Oh, overdue? Like you've got late fees piling up, man? Joseph laughs again. Too cute. Guess I'd better get to paying off those then, shouldn't I? Awesome. Good end. That was really nice. So, I think I might leave it here today. Hope everyone's enjoyed the stream. We've managed to finish romancing JoJo and get a kiss in the aquarium. And we've romanced Joseph as well. So, definitely a good Valentine's Day. Kiss JoJo and Joseph. Like, fuck yeah, let's go. So I hope everyone has a amazing Valentine's Day, enjoyed the stream, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you eat a shit ton of chocolate and pass out somewhere. See you later, guys.